Hello everybody, welcome back to Jared Opens a Box. We are here still in Jared Opens a Box Season 6, and as I promised, we have a very stacked lineup this season. I just love saying that, stacked lineup. It's such a great, phrase, and makes you get all excited, We already had the Pokemon Pops, and we had the Deadpool Collector Core Box, and now we have some more Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Amiibos from Nintendo. There's 3 here, part of Nintendo's DLC for their Super Smash Bros. Ultimate video game. We have Terry Bogard from Fatal Fury, Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses, right? Is that what it was called? I don't know, I didn't really play it. And of course we have Banjo and Kazooie from BanjoKazooie, which was a video game made a long time ago, it seems. It was like the 1990s, but it was basically, it was made by a company called Rare. And at the time, Rare had a good working relationship with Nintendo. So Banjo and Kazooie kind of were working with Nintendo. They were even in a Donkey Kong game, well, it was a Diddy Kong game, Diddy Kong Racing. But when Microsoft bought Rare, Banjo kind of faded away for a long time. There were a couple attempts to revive him, but it just really didn't happen. But now he's a freaking amiibo by Nintendo in a Nintendo fighting game. So I'll have more to say about him a bit later on. We're going to kick things off with the main protagonist, I guess you could say, of the Fatal Fury fighting game, this being Terry Bogard. So, I did not expect him to be in Super Smash Bros. I don't think anybody really did. He's not really a character that comes to mind when you think of somebody that you would want to see in Super Smash Bros. But it is a pretty cool option, I must admit. It's not something that you would have predicted. It's definitely an out-of-left-field decision, and I kind of like those kind of characters. I kind of like the characters that you don't really know are coming. That's the kind of a fun character for a fighting game. Kind of like how Mortal Kombat has like the Terminator and all these things, stuff like that. And that's what Nintendo did here. So as you can see, the front of the box has Terry here in the back with the Super Smash Bros. Logo. And then the back of the box shows the game that he can be used with. And it shows that it can only be used with the Switch. And it also says the new Nintendo 3DS, but I don't know where you would use this amiibo on the 3DS because Terry is not in Smash Bros. For the 3DS. Wouldn't that be cool though if they add all the Ultimate characters into the 3DS version of Smash? That'd be really cool. I know that wouldn't happen. Alright, let's open Terry here. Let's see how he looks. Alright, these are very easy to open, so I will give thanks for that. The action figures are always the hardest. So here's Terry. We'll take a look at him here. As you can see, I get reminded quite a bit of Ken from Street Fighter when I look at Terry. They have very similar looks. They both wear red. As you can see, Terry's red jacket here being replicated on the figure, as well as the red cap, and it's almost impossible to see, but it does say Fatal Fury on the top of the cap. He has a very long ponytail. Literally, it like stretches all the way over here. That's a crazy long ponytail right there, but he's rocking it, that's for sure. He has gigantic muscles, and Nintendo felt the need to fully emphasize those muscles on this figure. He's giving the thumbs up over here, and he's wearing gloves on both hands. Very good precautionary measures against any potential illnesses, I guess. And of course, he also has a star, which I believe is the logo for the Fatal Fury series in Smash Bros. Is on the back of his jacket. Underneath, he's just wearing a plain gray shirt that got the sleeves ripped off because of his muscles. I guess they had to emphasize that again. And he just has some jeans down here and a couple of pieces sticking to the bottom of the Smash Bros. Base to keep him from falling off of the base. Overall, a pretty decent figure. It's nothing crazy, but it is pretty good for a Terry amiibo. The face isn't that well detailed, but I guess that's not really the biggest deal because they did pretty good with everything else on the figure. But yeah, I think they did really well with this one. It's nothing crazy. It's not exactly the craziest character design, but I think they did pretty good with what they had, and I'm glad that they were able to get amiibos out for the DLC characters. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Steve from Minecraft's amiibo is going to look like. I cannot wait to review that one on the channel. But yeah, that pretty much does it for Terry. Let's go ahead and move on to our next character. This next character tended to have a little bit of controversy surrounding it. This one is Byleth from Fire Emblem. There's a recurring joke in the Smash Bros. Community that there are too many Fire Emblem characters in the game. Personally, yes, there are a lot of Fire Emblem characters, but a lot of them do have some differences, so I can kind of make a pass. You know, like Roy, Byleth, Robin, Corrin, those kind of characters do have differences to them that kind of separate them. I kind of understand why people are angry about Lucina being included, because she's no different than Marth, and even Chrom, who's really no different from Marth either, or Roy for that matter. So I kind of understand those two, but Byleth, I don't really understand the hate. I mean, he was obviously put in to promote Nintendo's new Fire Emblem game. It makes perfect sense to me, so I'm not going to really throw any hate Byleth's way. I was a little upset when he was first announced because I kind of wanted, I thought that that was going to be the last character, like that was the last character of the first Fighter's Pass, but then I realized that we had a whole nother one to go, so I wasn't really that upset about it anymore. But here's Byleth. Very cool. Like I said, the last character of Fighter Pass 1. Which is all they've gotten to so far. There have been no amiibos for Fighter Pass 2 yet. But let's go ahead and get this one open. Again, it's the same detail on the box as Terry. It has Byleth on the top, Smash Bros. Logo, the game on the back, and the consoles you can use it on. So I didn't really feel the need to show that off again. Alright, so opening up Byleth here. Ah, goodness. There we go. Alright, so Byleth has quite a bit of detail. I don't really know enough about the character, so I can't really talk much about him. But from what I can tell, this amiibo is pretty good. I mean, he has the sword here. It has some fire on it. Very nice touch there. The sword itself looks really, really cool. Looks pretty interesting. Actually, a little bit sharp, too. You gotta be a little careful there. He has some blue hair here, which a lot of the characters from Fire Emblem tend to have that blue hair, so another blue-haired swordsman, I guess. And the outfit's just kind of all over the place. The majority of it appears to be black and gray. There's a little bit of pink, actually, it appears. A little bit of pink on the chest. And the majority of it, again, is black and gray. So really nothing crazy there. But again, they put a lot of detail. He even has a little knife in his sheath down here. I thought they did really, really well with this figure. Again, nothing too crazy. The face doesn't have too much detail, but he does have some eyes there, nose and mouth, as you would expect. But yeah, it's nothing crazy. Not a crazy figure, but I think it's pretty cool nonetheless. I've played as Byleth. He's really not that bad. I don't know where all the hate came from, but I think he's not too bad. And that brings us to our last amiibo for the episode. We have Banjo and Kazooie. This one's really exciting. Banjo and Kazooie kind of getting a resurgence in recent time here with their appearance in Super Smash Bros. Starting to get more merchandise, and I'm fingers crossed hoping that we get a new game in the future as well, if Microsoft is able to do that. But so crazy seeing Banjo and Kazooie in an official Nintendo product again, and it's so crazy to see the Nintendo logo associated with Banjo and Kazooie here. It's super crazy to me. I did not expect him to be announced at E3 in 2019, but they did it, and it was really, really cool. A great moment for a lot of fans. It does have his thing here, his, what do they call it? His artwork here at the top of the box. The Smash Bros. Logo, which is so crazy to see. And of course the back of the box has the same stuff as the other two. Let's just see how well they made this look. I will say, when it comes to third-party characters, Nintendo knows how to get it done for Super Smash Bros. Specifically Sakurai, the director of Smash Bros. Always knows how to get it done with his third-party characters. He tries to put as much attention to detail, and I can already tell with this figure that he did that. First off, he used Banjo's kind of classic appearance rather than his nuts and bolts appearance. You know what I'm talking about. They used his classic appearance here rather than that one, so obviously that's a good first step. You can see Banjo is a pretty simple design. He's a brown bear with some yellow shorts, a couple freckles on his snout, and a pretty big nose. Other than that, it's a pretty simplistic design. On his back, he does have the blue backpack with the bird, Kazooie, popping out of it with her wings out, and a little bit of a mohawk here as well. And then, of course, they are actually standing on a puzzle piece, which I believe is called a jiggy. I could be wrong about that, but I'm almost certain these are called jiggies. So if I am wrong, you can let me know in the comments section. I've never actually played his game, though that might change, as I know it is on the Xbox, so maybe I will play his classic game in the future. But overall, this is really cool. I know it's not much detail, but it's still super crazy to see Banjo and Kazooie in an amiibo form. It's not really something that I expected to see, but it's so cool to see it. It's just really good to see that Banjo-Kazooie's back home, you know, where he belongs with all of the Nintendo characters and reuniting with Donkey Kong and all of them. It was a real feel-good moment when he was finally announced for Super Smash Bros. I thought it was a long time coming, and here he is. So that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. I hope you did enjoy. Here are the 3 amiibos that we did review today. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.